Hey you guys, it's your girl T. So I want to come on here and talk about the whole Bobby Shmurda situation. As you guys all know, Bobby Shmurda was trending the other day on Twitter. So basically what went down is that rapper Bobby Shmurda decided to plead guilty to conspiracy charges. He was looking at the same amount of time that his other co-conspirators received. A few months ago, I did a video about that. They have both received close to 97 years in prison. And so at the last minute, they decided to come at Bobby with a plea deal. And he decided to cop out to 7 years. His other two cohorts decided to cop out to 7 years as well. But one of his cohorts, they had a bit more evidence on him that he had did some shootings. So he ended up copping up to 15 years. So a lot of folks were upset about this. They're saying it's a setup. How dare they, give him 7 years? He was the best up and coming rapper. Let me just keep it 100. First of all, 7 years for what he was facing is not bad at all, okay? When Bobby Shmurda gets out, he will be 31 years old. He will still have 5 years left on probation. But guess what? At 31 years old, he will still be able to live his life. Meanwhile, his other two homeboys are doing 90-something years in prison. So Bobby was very smart to take this damn deal, okay? Because it's damn near impossible to beat a conspiracy case, especially with all the proof they had against Bobby Shmurda and the GS9 guys. It would have been hard as hell for him to beat that case. I want you guys to go ahead and check out this news clip really quick, and I'm going to come back with the rest of my commentary.
Rapper Bobby Shmurda pleaded guilty to conspiracy charges Friday and will be heading behind bars for 7 years. Shmurda, whose real name is Akil Pollard, took the deal just days before he was set to stand trial for conspiracy in Manhattan Supreme Court. Prosecutors had maintained the Shmoney dance phenom was the driving force behind a street crew called GS9 that was responsible for dealing drugs in several shootings in Brooklyn. Two of his GS9 co-defendants, Chad Marshall and Nicholas McCoy, took the same deal. A fourth defendant, Santino Broderick, who had more charges against him, was offered a 15-year deal. He was given the weekend to mull the deal over after he was overheard telling his lawyer, 15, dang, my life is over. After the fixed 7-year term, Shmurda, 22, will be on probation for 5 years, according to the terms of the plea agreement.
All right, so you guys just watched that news clip. So the whole situation is crazy. They were even saying that the lawyers were basically telling them, if you don't take this deal, your life is over. You know what I'm saying? Do you want 15 years or do you want 80 years? I mean, these guys were looking at really, really serious time. So they're really lucky that this is all they got, like I said, compared to their co-conspirators who received 90-something years in prison, okay? Another thing, like I said, I can't feel bad for them because they basically snitched on themselves. These guys had been followed by the police for years. They were building up this case against them way before this song Hot Nigga ever blew up, okay? But the Hot Nigga song just kind of sealed the deal for them and allowed the police to basically pounce because they put a lot of that in their music. He had one hit song. Why are people acting like he's the Tupac of our generation? It seems like anything impresses young people nowadays. So another thing I want to address is I'm seeing a lot of folks, really upset. They're comparing this Bobby Shmurda case to the whole Brock Turner situation, and they're saying it's not fair. It's because Bobby's black. Brock Turner only received 6 months in jail. He only did 3 months. And my nigga Bobby got sentenced to 7 years. What the fuck? Now, as you guys all know, I did a video the other day about the whole Brock Turner situation. If you guys have not watched it, I will provide you a link down below. You guys can check it out. I broke down the whole Brock Turner situation. I addressed the white supremacy in there and why he was able to get away with that 3-month deal. I also talked about the whole Ethan Couch situation where he also was able to use his white privilege to get probation for killing 4 people. But like I said, unfortunately, when it comes to a lot of us, we don't have that luxury. And that's the thing that people need to take away from this Bobby Shmurda case. Instead of just yelling and complaining, you guys need to take this as a lesson learned. And in my honest opinion, I feel like Bobby Shmurda really got a good damn deal. Bobby's ass needs to smile Okay, not smile, but smile and be damn happy. That's all the damn time that he done damn got. Okay? A lot of people who receive sentences under conspiracies because of gun crimes, murders, and drugs, they do not get 7 years in jail. And mind you, he's already been in jail for 2 years, so he'll probably get out in about 3.5 years. So to me, Bobby Shmurda got a damn good plea deal, okay? You know, compared to his homeboy, the one dude got 58 years, the other one got like 98 years. Bobby should be thankful as hell that that's all he got was 7 years, especially being that they had a lot of stuff on him. But I feel like because he is famous, because maybe he had more money than the other guys and was probably able to afford better lawyers, is why he was able to get that sweet deal. So again, there is a such thing as wealth privilege, there's a such thing as white privilege. But this is why a lot of black kids need to learn from this situation and realize that no matter what, when we do something, 9 times out of 10, we get the book hammered at us. Bobby Shmurda, to me, is not really a good example of this because he got 7 years, which is a damn good deal. A better example would be his homeboy who got 98 years in prison. That's more damn time than that boy done lived. These men ain't nothing but 21 and 22 years old, and you're doing 98 years? That's insane to me. I think that's a better comparison than Bobby Shmurda getting a 7-year plea deal. If anything, the system looked out for him, and I'm sure that 9 times out of 10 they looked out for him because he is a rapper, because he is famous and he has a name out here, and the record company might end up, signing him as soon as he gets out and he can drop some more music. So the whole situation to me is crazy, but to me personally, I feel like kids should look at this situation as what not to do, because a lot of us don't have the money that Bobby Shmurda had. A lot of us don't have the fame that Bobby Shmurda has. So 9 times out of 10, if you get caught up in some bullshit like this, you're going to be doing 58 to 98 years like his regular schmegler ass homeboys are doing. I don't know why everybody's trying to compare Bobby Shmurda to the Brock Turner case. Yes, I understand the inconsistencies, but to me, he got a really good deal compared to his friends. At the end of the day, they were running the streets wild, shooting and doing stupid stuff to other black people. They could have just as easily gotten a job. They could have just as easily went to school. And I understand being in the hood, it can be hard to do the right thing. It's a lot quicker to get some damn dope money than to get up and work a 9 to 5 every day. I understand that. But then with that being said, there's consequences for that. So I'm not about to sit here and shed no tears. That's part of the game. And when you play the game, sometimes these are the consequences. Sometimes you get away with it and sometimes you don't. And 9 times out of 10, you don't get away with it. So people need to be very aware that when you decide to do certain things like run around with guns and sell drugs and shoot at people, these can be just some of the consequences. So kudos to Bobby for being smart enough to take that sweet ass deal, because his other 2 friends basically are going to be in prison for the rest of their life. So again, I hope that people take this situation as a wake-up call. I hope that people take this as a lesson and realize that everything you do out there has consequences, and you need to be very mindful about what you put out there, the energy that you put out there, because things can come back to bite you in the ass. Even at the height of success, things can come back to bite you in the ass. Let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. All right, deuces. Hey, you guys, it's your girl T. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share my videos. You can also visit Lovelyti.com to purchase any merchandise. Also, don't forget to click the boxes down below to watch any of my previous videos. Talk to y'all later. Deuces.